guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. In this video, I decided that I'm going to be combining two of my favorite things. One of which is get ready with me videos because I love watching those things, in particular when I'm doing my own makeup. I just find it very therapeutic. And the second thing is freshman year experience videos or college experience videos in general. So if you're new here, there are probably two things that you do not know. The first of which is my name. So hi, my name is Dani. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. I really appreciate it and I hope you end up liking it. And the second one is that I just finished up my freshman year at Loyola University, Maryland. So I decided to sit down and take the time on this beautiful Friday morning to do my makeup and explain to you a little bit how my freshman year went. So if this sounds like something you might be interested in, make sure to keep on watching, and without further ado, let's get started. So I did this thing this morning called not doing my hair. I'm not sure how I'm feeling about it. I know it doesn't look the best, so try and ignore everything that's going on back here. But right now I'm going to start by mixing together my Clean and Clear Dual Action Moisturizer with my Tarte Maracuja Bronzing Serum. So to kick off talking about my freshman year experience, I decided that I'm going to start by how I met my roommate, because I met my roommate through Facebook and it worked out super well for me. But sometimes when I tell people that, I get a very wide variety of responses. Some people think it's super normal, and then other people think it's pretty weird. So yes, I met my roommate through Facebook. Basically how that worked was I made a post and I kind of just like explained who I was in like 150 words or less, that kind of thing. Basically what ended up happening was my current roommate, Brooke, she thought I was kind of interesting based on that short little description, which I still don't really see how that's possible, but I'm happy she did. And she messaged me and she was like, hey, when I friended you on Facebook, it linked me to your YouTube channel, Instagram. I was like, wow, that is some first impression I just made. She thought it was awesome. We got to talking and turns out we had a lot in common. So needless to say, she is now my roommate, and she was my roommate all of freshman year, and she will be my roommate next year, and then I'm assuming for junior year and senior year, because we get along so well. It's funny because we're very, very different people, but our personalities mesh really well. I don't know. I'm very appreciative that I found her and we just get along super well. Now I'm just going to be using my Maybelline Dream Fresh BB Cream, another product that I've been using forever. I highly recommend it. And another thing that I get a lot of questions on is my living situation, because if you guys watched my dorm tour, which if you have not, I will link it in a card somewhere up here, I live in an apartment. I have a full apartment with a full kitchen, bathroom, and then I also have two other roommates in addition to Brooke. So I was introduced to those two roommates in August, about 3 weeks before starting school, which is pretty normal, I think. Obviously, it's a very nerve-wracking thing because, like, I chose Brooke, so I almost, like, knew what I was getting into, that kind of thing. And I didn't know Lucy or Gabby, so I had no idea, like, if we were gonna get along, anything like that. But we moved in the beginning of September, and right off the bat, we always say that from the first day, we knew that we were gonna get along. That's how it was for, I mean, basically the entire year. I'm not gonna lie, there were definitely hiccups, and that is something that, I don't know if I'll ever get into in a video, just because that can potentially stir the pot a little bit. However, I do have some pretty interesting stories. But for now, we're gonna leave it at, there were some hiccups, to say the least. But for the most part, we got along super well. And one thing I learned in my freshman year of college, and I think this was probably the biggest thing that I learned, was that I have to know how to stick up for myself. And I definitely think I'm better at that now that, like, I finished up a full year and, like, I've had to deal with situations where I have had to stick up for myself. I think I've come out stronger, and I'm pretty grateful for that. I mean, it wasn't under the best circumstances by any means, but I think I've come out a much stronger person. So for that, I'm very, very grateful. Side note, I'm so happy that it's summer because I've gone to the beach 2 days in a row, and I also leave for vacation tomorrow. So surprise, if you guys want to see vacation vlogs, make sure to go check out my vlog channel. It will be in a card right up there. You guys will not be sorry. People love my vacation vlogs probably more than they like my main channel videos, which I don't really know how to feel about that, but it's fine. And yeah, I think you guys will really, really like it. And there's also a special guest, so it's gonna be really exciting. Make sure to go check that out. Something I really wanted to touch on was the first few days of college, and that includes move-in and any welcome activities that you have to do, and initially making friends. And I wholeheartedly believe that the first few days of college are some of the most stressful days that you'll have to go through thus far. That might be a little bit of an exaggeration, but we're just gonna go with it. The school, at least my school, allots a particular time for move-in. And obviously your parents are allowed in the room and they're like helping you situate yourself and stuff, but at least my school strategically placed welcome activities to be, I would say, an hour and a half after move-in. So all of a sudden you're like moving in all your stuff and you look at the time, you're like, holy crap, I have to get to my first welcome activity. And your parents are in the room and you're scrambling and you realize that all of a sudden you have to say goodbye to your parents for, I mean, it's different for every school, for probably 3 months. And it hits you so fast, and it really doesn't even give you time to be upset. And I definitely think that schools do that on purpose, because me, I am the biggest crybaby. I will cry at the drop of a hat, and I don't think that's necessarily a bad quality. I've definitely gotten better, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm a very emotional person, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. But I didn't cry when I left my parents, which I thought was the weirdest thing in the world. You're around all these new people, and you're going to all these new places, and your mind is just so preoccupied with so many different things that it doesn't even really give you time to be upset. The concealer that I just used was the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer, yet another product that I've been using forever. But as for newer products, I have been using the, what is this called? The Maybelline Master Fix Loose Powder for setting and perfecting. I've really been liking this. Usually I use it for baking, but I don't really feel like baking today. It's kind of a process that I don't really feel like going through right now. So I'm just going to be setting my under eyes with it and then setting the rest of my face lightly. So after saying goodbye to your parents, if your school is anything like mine, it'll just load your schedule with a bunch of welcome activities, which I'm not gonna lie, are pretty painful. I mean, it's just a lot of icebreakers and tell us something about yourself, 2 truths and a lie, like that kind of stuff. It's not that bad. And it's a good way to meet people. On the first, maybe it wasn't the first, no, it was the first night. On the first night after all of our welcome activities, after saying goodbye to our parents, me and all of my roommates went up and down our floor in our apartment complex, just saying hi to people. And we initially started at a different room, and it was like kind of diagonal from us, and it was just like a bunch of guys who we were like interacting with and like socializing and stuff like that. But then all of a sudden, the room across the hall, their door opened, and they were like talking to me and my roommates, and they're like, guys, like, come hang out with us. And we're like, okay. So like, we were down to make like as many friends as possible. So we ended up hanging out with those guys for a while. And eventually we became friends with 4 guys who lived upstairs, and very quickly, actually, I would say about 2 weeks into freshman year, we had ourselves a little group, and it was cool because I definitely can say with confidence that I adjusted very well to college, and I know that is not something that a lot of people can say. Freshman year is really hard to adjust to for a lot of people, and I thought, because I'm not really the biggest fan of change, I thought that I was going to have a very tough time adjusting, but I didn't, and I'm very lucky for that. I bought this product a few days ago, and it is the NARS cheek tint in the color Jeanette. And this was to replace my Tarte cheek tint, which I've been using forever, but finally ran out of because that definitely took a while. That product has a lot of product and it lasts forever, but I decided to try something new. I've been really liking this. I've only used it about 2 times, but I'm very happy with it. I really like the color payoff. It's pretty similar to the Tarte one, but it was a bit more expensive, which I'm not too happy about, but it's fine. Sometimes we splurge. See, the color of this product is super natural and it doesn't have any shimmer in it, so it kind of just gives you a very dewy looking flush to your face, and I really like this, especially for the summertime. If you guys are not new here, you know my obsession with highlighter, and this one is the Bobbi Brown Bronze Glow. This is my favorite for the summertime. I got this for prom last year, and I've been using it ever since. I love it so much. For the summertime, it's just like the perfect glow, as you will see in 1 second. I get it. Highlighter is not something that everyone likes. Some people are obsessed with it, aka me, but other people aren't the biggest fans, aka my mother. But that's okay. Different strokes for different folks, am I right? I use the Anastasia Brow Wiz to do my eyebrows, and I have been for quite a few years now, and I cannot do this on camera for the life of me, so I'm going to go to my actual mirror for a second, and then I'll be right back, and I'll talk a little bit more about my freshman year experience. 1 second. So I'm back with my eyebrows done, and now I'm going to be jumping in to eyeshadow. So first, I'm just going to be taking a taupe color and placing that in my crease, and of course I'm going to continue talking about freshman year. So, where was I? I think I was talking to you guys about the friends that I made in the beginning of the year, and I was lucky enough to be able to have those same friends throughout the entire first semester and then eventually throughout my entire freshman year, which not many people can say that, and I'm very happy that I can. So I'm trying to go in chronological order. So I'm still in first semester, and another thing that I did was I joined a club, and the club that I joined was Loyola Dance Company, and it turned out to be an amazing experience. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys that I made a bunch of friends, because that would be a lie, and I didn't make that many friends in the dance company, and that is okay. I will be doing it again next year because I just miss dancing, and everyone was just so sweet, so how could I not? But that brings me to second semester, which only got better. I didn't think that anything could get better than my first semester. I had such an amazing time, but I ended up making so many more friends second semester than I had first semester, and it was just incredible. So one of my friends named Elisa, who I had met in the very, very beginning of the year, had a very big group of friends herself, which is awesome. And I had a lot of guy friends, and she had a lot of girlfriends. So we were talking one day, we're like, why don't we just all go out together one day? And it ended up working completely and totally in our favor because we all get along so well, and now we are a group of 16? I'm kind of bad at math, so that might be wrong, but there's a lot of us. And one of our friends named Carsey actually transferred to Loyola second semester, which was amazing because we all got along so well, and she's actually going to be living with us next year, which is incredible. I mean, as happy as I am to be home for the summer, because I totally am, and I missed my friends from home so much. There's a part of me that can't wait to go back to school because I miss them a ton. So I've talked a lot about social life, and I haven't really spoken much on academics, which is the whole reason why you go to college in the first place. So first semester academics was definitely easier on me compared to second semester. I took some great classes first semester, and in particular I loved my psych class. Definitely ended up doing much better first semester than I did second semester. I studied my butt off during finals week, and it didn't end up paying off, which is just the sad reality of college, because no matter how hard you work, sometimes it's not enough, and that is okay. And I'm a big believer in the idea that grades don't define you. I've always been that way because school and academics has never really been my thing, and I can't preach that enough, that if you don't do well in school, it doesn't define you, and it doesn't dictate how successful you are going to be in the future. I'm lucky enough to say that I have an internship this summer, which is something that hopefully you guys will get a little inside scoop on. I have a very amazing opportunity this summer to be working in the city with an advertising agency that I'm so beyond excited. You guys have no idea. And I think that's just like my overall lesson, that just because school might not be your thing doesn't mean that you're not going to be successful, because it can be quite the opposite sometimes. I'm blabbing on too much, and I need to finish my makeup. Give me a second to finish my eyeshadow, and then I will be back. So I just finished my eyeshadow, and if I would have done that while talking to you guys, it probably would have taken me about 30 minutes, so I'm clearly not the best multitasker. But now I'm moving on to mascara. This is the Maybelline Great Lash Lots of Love mascara. I really like this one. Again, been using this for a while. So all in all, I think it's pretty fair to say that I had a pretty amazing freshman year. I cannot complain one bit, and I am aware that not everyone has it this easy, and I, first of all, will never take for granted how quickly I adjust to college, because it's not something that happens very often, and I consider myself to be very, very lucky. So that is all for my video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, make sure to give it a big thumbs up and leave me all of your comments down below. One of my favorite things is reading and responding to all of your comments. I think it is my favorite part about posting a YouTube video, just because I get to interact with you guys, and you guys become a little bit more than just the people who watch my videos. You guys are my friends. So I think it's a lot of fun, and hopefully you guys like that just as much as I do, and I will talk to you very soon in my next video. Bye guys!